This is a haunted house. We want to talk about a haunted house where one cracker died, or one Israelite dies. A haunted house. What about America? Isn't America haunted?
Of course.
Isn't America haunted? What about the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that were murdered and slaughtered from North, South, Central America and the Caribbean islands? We want to talk about some fucking haunted house in a cracker neighborhood in the suburbs. What about America, man? What about the hundreds of millions of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that scream, man, when they was being tortured? That scream while their babies were getting, keep it down. Well, they scream when their babies were being fed to the crocodiles, that was being burnt on the stake. You don't think this place is fucking cursed? Don't you know they was burning our people on fucking, on trees? They would hang them and then they would fucking burn them. They would chop their dicks off. These fucking devils and these Arabs did that too. They were known to do that. Prior to the transatlantic slave trade, you had the Arab transatlantic slave trade. They were known, they supplied the ships, and they would take our dicks and chop them off, and take our women's vagina and put swords in them. They would do that. And they had something called the Death March. You know how we got all chained up? The white men didn't come up with that. It was the Arabs. They were known to take our people, and you can look it up. Yep. For 800-900 years prior, the transatlantic slave trade. So they Ishmaelites, they're gonna get fucked up too. You know what? Bring them Hamites, because them Hamites didn't cause all this witchcraft and sorcery. It didn't even start from Esau. It started from the Hamites. Give me Isaiah 45, I think 14, and give me an Isaiah 11, where we're gonna jump in the shoulders of the Philistines, beat the shit out of them, and the Moabites and Edomites. And we're gonna fuck you nations up too, man. You tall ass fucking Hamites, we're gonna fuck your shit up too, man. We haven't forgot about you, because you're all that sun worshiping, the Canaanites, the star of Nimrod, worshiping of the sun. That started with you fucking Hamites, man.
I just had a precept because you said this place is like a curse.
We're going into like spiritual power, you know what I mean?
Because of the blood of our forefathers. This is Genesis chapter 4, verse 9. It says, I start at 8. It says, and Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him.
Cain, McCain. Because you got McCain, the son of Cain. Go ahead.
And Yahweh saith unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not.
I know not. And he just killed him. Murdered him. There's a difference between killing and murdering. Murder's premeditated. And he lied to the Lord. How you gonna lie to the higher power that created you, that knows your thoughts is in your mind?
And that's what
he said, I don't know. He just murdered him. I don't know. That's the devil, man. That's what the Rothschilds do. Rothschilds, you're gonna pay and go into slavery. Why? Why? Why you gonna do that?
That's not right.
That's not right. That's why we gotta take them. We gotta bash their fucking brains in, man. We gotta bash their fucking brains in, man. Go ahead.
Says, and he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said,
hey, give it again. Yeah. She might be the elect. Yeah. Man, you know?
And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground.
Crieth unto me. So our ancestors, when they got murdered, when this devil murdered the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, your spirit cries. Don't you know when you get murdered and you go in the heavens, you go to the judge, the ultimate judge, and be like, yo, Lord, I got murdered down there. Are you going to avenge me? So here it is. A lot of us, our ancestors coming back. When you come back every 3-4 generations, our spirits are back. That's why you see a lot of brothers with passion about this, because a lot of us was getting fucking murdered and being slaughtered, seeing our women raped in front of us, seeing our children murdered in front of us. But the Lord blocks that. Because if he opens that up and remember, we're gonna totally snap, brother. We're gonna totally snap.
This is Revelation.
And in the kingdom, we're gonna remember. He's gonna open that. He's gonna open the remembrance of our past lives and what this devil did to us, our many lives. We're gonna go crazy on this devil. We don't know how he's gonna make it the first day. When we first get him, brother, we're gonna go super crazy on this devil. We're just gonna go onslaught on this devil, man.
Get a new toy.
The angels themselves, Yahweh Shai gonna have to, but you don't put the power to tell us to calm down. He's gonna have to be there because we're gonna try to take all these devils out the first day, like David and Joab. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 9. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High.
The souls of them that were slain for the Most High. Here it is. You have our elders, as in the spirit world, they're crying to the Lord. Us, we're crying to the Lord. And we're the prophets. We always came back crying for the injustice and the murder of our people. And now there's no new thing under the sun. Go ahead.
And for the testimony which they held, and they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Yahweh, holy and true, doest thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?
And that's what we're doing. Doesn't Ezekiel 9:4 say what? The men that sigh and that cry? Our spirits are sighing and crying. Matter of fact, when we're sleeping, guess what? Our spirit is sighing and crying. When you're actually, our spirits are actually sighing and crying. You can't fake this thing, bro. You can't fake it. Our spirit, when we sleep, man, that's when you're very vulnerable. That's why this devil does a lot of witchcraft when around 3, 4, 5 in the morning. When Jake is sleeping, that's when he puts a lot of that witchcraft out, man. That's when he does a lot of wickedness too. Or after midnight, the witch's hour, which is midnight. He does a lot of shit after that, man. Go ahead.
And white robes were given unto them, given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled.
That's right, man. So this devil has a lot to give me Ezekiel 9:4. So we sighing and crying, brother. We can't help but sigh and cry. The Lord willing, we the elect. The Lord put that spirit in us. We sigh and cry, man. Sometimes we get all mad and angry like that. The Lord does that, man. He's doing that. He's controlling that. But he don't let us remember our past lives. The Lord, he knows. The Father knows, man. Big bro, no. If he opens up our past lives, we're gonna snap. But real soon he's gonna open that. We're gonna have that remember. That's how we're gonna have perfect anger towards Esau. But right now we angry at Esau, man. But you know, our people are compassionate, you know what I'm saying? Even to the enemies when we're not supposed to be. We'll be, oh man, no more, don't put the little baby Edomites in slavery. Come on, he's okay, man. He bought me a Subway sandwich at work. He's okay, Edomite, he cool. Oh, Lord gotta actually he gonna put it, just like he put the anger into these devils. You think these devils did that themselves? You think these Edomites rose up and just took us down? It was the anger of the Lord. He said, oh, you don't want to listen to me? I told you this. I fucking told you. I told you, don't fucking listen to me. You're gonna get fucked up. You know what? And he put the spirit into Esau, that's his whipping stick, and he raised them up to whip our ass. Yeah. That's how he whipped our ass.
I'm about to say, because how could Esau have us in slavery for 400 plus years? Let's say it was just that one generation of Edomites that just hated Jake. But it was 400 years, so the Lord was putting that hatred through their children and then their children and their children, even until today. Because Esau never said, you know what, as a whole nation, we're sorry, we was wrong.
No.
You know, please forgive us.
You're Israelites, pay tribute to us.
None of these congressmen and none of these presidents be like, you know what, you never got your 40 acres in a mule. None of that.
They furthered it more and more.
Exactly.
This devil furthered it. There was a certain amount of time he was supposed to tell us, yo, y'all Israelites, follow y'all cousins, but just pay us tribute. We're still over you, you are slaves. He never did that. To this day, we're blacks, Latinos, all these fucking titles and bywords. Deuteronomy 28 tells you that, man. So this devil gotta pay for that shit. That's why we gotta re-educate the whole world with ass whooping. Didn't he do that? Didn't he educate the world, the white supremacy, Edomite supremacy, by kicking everybody's ass, educating everybody with his philosophy? So there's gonna be a re-education. When Yahweh Shai comes back in the angels, and Lord will be part of the elect, there's gonna be a re-education of the whole world.
Right.
And we're gonna bust their shit open. Right. You'd be surprised how many people wouldn't listen when you bash them in the brain with a pipe. A lot of people wouldn't listen then. That's what a lot of these nations, they're gonna buck up. When they see the Lord as a black man, they're gonna try to buck up against the Lord. And we're gonna go around the world, we're gonna fuck them up. And that's what people are gonna bow down. We're gonna bash their brain, and they're gonna bow down, boy. A lot of fucking watermelons, a lot of motherfuckers' heads are gonna explode like watermelons. But the black man, Judah, the tribe of Judah, the Israelites, we're gonna get raised up, man. The whole fucking world's gonna respect us, man. Right now, our women don't respect us. Go ahead, man.
Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. It says, and Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Now, sighing and crying. Your spirit is here. It's the size of a peanut. It's your peanut gland. That's your spirit. So that's why we say when Israelites scatter the four corners of the earth, they're gonna come in. Their spirit bear witness with our spirit. Don't you know when you have sex and you bust a nut, it starts from your spirit? You know that, right? It actually starts from your peanut gland and it goes down your vertebrae and then comes out of your rod. So it's spiritual. Your baby's actually literally a spirit, your spirit coming out, your seed. So the Israelites that are scattered out throughout are gonna get this mark, these Israelite foreigners, and the Lord's gonna bring them back in. His chosen children. Why didn't he talk to the children of Israel? We're his sons. And our women are his daughters, man. That's our father, man.
Hey, before we were called Israelites, we were called the sons of God.
The sons of God. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. That's why only Israelites are gonna get this word. Even if you look like a Pakistani, a Chinese, a Japanese. If you were Israelite, you were Israelite. That spirit, you're gonna get that name in your spirit. Or you your father, man, like father, like son, you're gonna have that connection with the father in your spirit. And you're gonna say, man, this truth is, you're gonna have an Israelite in China. Ding, bang, bang, ding, ding, ding. But he's gonna be like, man, this truth is, no, hold on, man, the Lord's name, I'm really feeling this. It's gonna vibe with you, it's gonna connect with you. But that's the Lord bringing back his children, man, that he scattered abroad. That's like you have a child, right? You had children and then they let you, they was in adopted homes or whatever. You go search for them, you find them, man. That's what the Lord's gonna do. He's gonna sift these other nations and bring his children back in that was scattered amongst these other nations. It's not hard to understand, but people can't even get that. But the blood is off our hands. Go ahead, man.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
And they have the zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. You got people in the churches. You got people saying Allah. You got people saying Hare Krishna. You got people saying Buddha. You got people saying they're spiritualists, but they believe in the Most High. They know there's a great spirit, but they don't have the knowledge. They don't have the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, knowledge of self. That's what it really means, knowledge of self. Who you are. What's your heritage? Who are your people? That's what it's all about. Nationality, heritage, sovereignty, true freedom, man. We don't have no freedom now. But you got assholes talking about they want to build here. Black Wall Street did that. Guess what happened? Esau went over them, bombed them up with the military weapons. Because and then on top of that, for you to have sovereignty and land, and you have to have a military to protect that. What the fuck you gonna do? Carry guns? That's Esau's blessing. So you're fucked. This whole thing is spiritual. In the kingdom, we're gonna have chariots. We're gonna have chariots, and we're gonna have spiritual powers. Ain't nobody gonna come and invade us. Ain't nobody gonna take us down. Them days is over with, bro. Right. We're gonna take over the world, and that's it, baby. It's gonna end just like that, yo. With us on top forever and ever. That's what that means. And our people can't even see that. They can't see past their fucking job. They can't see past their woman that's cheating on them, and they don't even fucking know that she's cheating on them. You got a guy, oh man, my woman ain't cheating. Man, your woman's looking at other niggas, man. Stop the bullshit. You ain't got no power. You ain't got no fucking power. Oh, my woman's good, man. You know what the fuck she's doing. You with her 24/7? The nigga that she works with is looking at her. And he's buying her coffee and donuts every day. Cream donuts too. Cream donuts with extra cream in it.
Let me add to that, the most affairs is in the workplace. Like when women having affairs, because that's who they with, really. They're actually with them more than you.
So Ephesians chapter 2 verse 11 says, wherefore remember that ye being in the time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands. That was the Israelites, the Jews were calling the Gentiles. The Jews that was in Judea was calling the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners, basically Gentiles.
That's what they're doing now.
Basically.
Black. That's what they're doing now. If you forget about the Israelite foreigner thing, oh, those are heathens. Those are Gentiles, but they're dealing with the carnal.
You know the funny thing is, we're Israelite foreigners.
We're Israelite foreigners.
We're not in Israel. It says, verse 12, that at that time you were without Hamashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenant of the promise, having no hope and without the Most High in the world.
Oh, that's bad.
But now in Hamashiach Yahushai, ye who were sometimes were afar off are made nigh by the blood of Hamashiach.
Far off. Give me Isaiah 14 to back that up. The strangers. So you're gonna have Israelites that's gonna be scattered. Even Israelites looking like these other nations, but they're gonna be part of the elect, and they're gonna have that mark.
It says
they're gonna have that mark. Man.
It says the commonwealth of Israel. What was the commonwealth? Because back then we knew about the covenant, the promises. You know, the Israelites that were in Judea at that time, they knew about what the promises was. That's why when Paul said in Romans the 9th chapter, who are Israelites that were given the promise, the laws, so on and so forth, those were given to who? The Israelites. But the Gentiles, they were aliens, which means strangers from the commonwealth, because they didn't know about the promises. They were living like Gentiles in the Gentile state of mind. But because of Yahushai dying, they bring them back to the covenant. It says what? To the covenant of the promise. What was the main promise? The promise of the kingdom of Israel.